well, it's one of the most iconic film franchises in history, and now 25 years since the original screamed its way into cinemas, Ghostface is back. Now, in this new movie, the fifth in the series, there's more murder and mayhem, and Sidney Prescott is back in Woodsboro to help uncover the truth. Our favourite original cast members are back, along with a few fresh new faces. And I had the pleasure of speaking with the one and only Neve Campbell and kooky old David Arquette to hear all about Scream.
Hello?
It's happening. 3 attacks so far. Do you have a gun?
I'm Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
So, Neve, here we are back at the scene of the crime, literally. And this is a movie within a movie. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so clever, isn't it?
Yeah, extremely clever, which the first one was, and so we expect that of these movies, and I'm really glad that these new writers and directors were able to capture that essence that's so necessary to a Scream.
Something about this one just feels different.
David, how did you feel about going back in with directors Matt and Tyler, who have, of course, taken over from the late Wes Craven?
Matt and Tyler were huge fans of Wes, and he inspired them to be filmmakers. And Scream had a big effect on them, so I saw their film Ready or Not, and I knew they would be great directors for this.
Samantha?
I know who you are.
I've been through this a lot.
This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you.
Neve, it's great to have Sidney back. Stepping back into this character must be such a joy.
I love these movies, and they've done so much for me as well. And I just love Sidney, and I love her strength, and I love that she's never been really a victim, and she's a go-getter, and she's always persevered, and that she represents that for people, that she's touched people in that way is crazy. You don't expect that when you do a horror movie, to have people walk up to you and say, you know, there was a time in my life when I was having a really hard time and I saw Scream and it inspired me to overcome. Like, you don't expect that, you know? So I am always grateful to step back into Sidney's shoes.
You ready for this? Never.
There are so many gags in this film for the fans. I saw it in a theatre read all by myself. I can't wait to see it in a room full of people.
These movies are so much fun to see with an audience, aren't they? I mean, I know with the original, people went back and back and back. I met people who said they saw it 20, 30 times the first time round. And, you know, we want to sit and enjoy these kinds of films with an audience and scream with an audience and laugh with an audience. And especially when we have nostalgia for characters and for films, it's nice to experience that together.
The attacks were all on people related to the original killers.
Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all back here.
Many people are saying that this is the best Scream since the original. How did you feel about that, David?
Yeah, it's really great to hear. We make these films for the fans, and we have a whole new group of fans, like all the young actors that we're working with. They became fans, and they watched the old ones and caught back up. And all the fans that have been with us from the beginning, so it's all for the fans, and hearing that they like them is really, really wonderful.
And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
Now, here's something. Is it true that they shot multiple endings for this and that no one really knew who Ghostface was?
No,
I think I spent
he
that
put that out there.
always trying to throw me off.
It's not true. We wouldn't have been able to shoot a whole bunch of different endings. I don't think any production company would finance that. Also, the continuity of blood, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But I think David started that rumor, so he's to blame.
Oh, good on you, David. Well, that one got a bit of traction, didn't it?
Hello, Sidney. It's an honor.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of horror films. I really enjoyed this. I'm sitting in the thing all by myself. So it hits cinemas tomorrow. My Fearless review on Saturday on Weekend Today. We'll also be talking to a couple of the new cast members in it. So if you love these movies, you're gonna really enjoy this.
Yeah, Alex, are you still with us?
I'm terrified, genuinely terrified. I remember a mate of mine had one of those masks, and it was actually banned from the school because it just
brought one today. Damn it!
It caused so much
my
trouble.
Big regret.
It's scary.
Such a part of our teenage years.
Yeah,
Coming our age, aren't we?
absolutely.